Yeah, Professor Crackpot! Is there a reason why this nook is bloodstained? What? Yeah, this thing's got blood. Dry it up, it's been here a bit. Dude, I was forced to eat dead children and a fluffy robot stabbed to death by the fabled eggplant furry himself. I know what blood looks like. Hey guys, B2401 here. Welcome back to B2401 Season 3. Yeah, I really should come up with a name for this thing, shouldn't I? Ah! Hey Stevie, what you got for me? Well, I contacted James and he said he's never seen anything even remotely related to Curve to the Future in his entire life, not even Curve himself. My tests said that yes, the jacket came from the loop timeline and the shirt came from the undefined future, but that wasn't the last place they were. The last place they were was something none of my tech could figure out. Couldn't identify what that last place was. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't toy with the old format so much for this next episode. Alright, thanks Stevie. Stay on the lookout. On it. Oh, right. And also, keep an eye on Marion for me, will ya? On that too, believe me, Marion puts everybody on edge, I swear. Glad it could help. Well, you heard the man. We're doing something a little bit simpler today. And the good thing is, I have just the idea what. And by that I mean I have absolutely nothing written and I'm gonna desperately go create a script really, really fast, okay? Alright, I'll be back in a little bit. Hey, Mary and Alex! Now I get to ask, who are you? I'm other Alex! Did you say you were Mother Alex or other Alex? Yeah, hey, Mary and Alex! What? Did you know Alex has 3 channels now? What? No, he doesn't. He has 2. B2401 and Studio Briss. Were you not told about the 3rd channel? Nope, alright, I'm tapping out. That's enough brain power uses for today. Nope, forgot this was bloodstain. And I don't know if face through a wall, feel free to screw off and never come back. December 25th, 2012. A young Alex decides that logic is friggin' overrated, so instead of asking for a Super Nintendo Entertainment System, he asked for the Retro Duo Portable. Retro Duo Portable, or the RDP for short, is a system that touts being able to play both Super Nintendo and NES games. Unfortunately, it is imperfect at both, but let's just start with the console itself. First, let's start with the feel. This thing feels gross. I don't know why. It might just be mine. It's a weird way to describe a game console, I know. But, I don't know. I think it's probably just mine. It just feels like it's unclean. And it's gross. It's not smooth. There's a good chance it's just my console, but it's still worth mentioning. But something I can safely say is universal, and then it feels cheap. Like, it's got a lot of high quality equipment inside and outside it, but it still feels cheap. Like, the shell doesn't deserve the electronics it has. It's not good. Alright, the buttons. The D-pad is a friggin' joke. Like, this thing doesn't even feel like it's going in any direction. Like, I press in the middle and it presses all of them. Like, it shouldn't quite be that easy to press all the buttons at once. The other buttons are fine. They get the job done, but the L and R buttons placements aren't really nice since they're right next to the controller port. Not controller port. Cartridge port. They're right there, so it's not exactly opportune. So the RDP has a charging port and a switch right there. The AV out's up there. Volume switch, which is a little imprecise, but that's alright. Okay, what's this thing? Duo controller port? What the heck's a duo controller port? This thing's a duo controller port. You see, you plug this thing in here and you use a stand that I don't have to hold up the console. And then what do you do with the controller port? Well, here's what you do with the controller port, buddy. You plug in controllers. Well, crap, you don't have controllers. You just bought the thing new. You don't have any controllers. Joke's on you. You have a controller. Here we go. So you take the things and plug them into the bottom of this. Go. There we go. Perfect. But what if you want to play two-player games? Joke's still on you! You get two controllers! The joke has not stopped being on you. Perfect. You can play video games now. There's a switch on this thing, so you can make it so that the player 1 would be using the RDP, or player 1 would be using the controller in the player 1 port right there. Which, I don't know why you'd ever want to have this off, because I don't know why would you want someone to play like this and then like your friend to be over here playing on this. Like, this just doesn't seem like a good idea. So yeah, that's cool. It comes with controllers. Here's the problem. These controllers suck. So here's the problem. The D-pad, it's fine. The buttons are fine. The buttons all work, but it feels cheap. Even more cheap and flimsy than this thing. Like, I could throw this against a wall and it would not survive. I don't think, like, it's extremely light, and it like has zero weight to it, and I can like snap it in half with my hands if I wanted to. Now onto the games. Firstly, this thing holds on to games for dear life. It's freaking impossible to get these things out. It's like makes all these noises. Like this. Why? The sound quality and image quality is fine. They work. Secondly, the thing touts being able to play Super Nintendo and NES games. Well, that is only partially true. It can play NES games just fine. SNES games just fine, I mean. But to play NES games, it needs use of the retro port. If you take your NES games, you put it on top of this thing, and you take this thing and put it on top of this. Turns the already towering machine into something even more towering. It works, but I swear this isn't what was advertised. It's advertised to be able to play Super Nintendo and NES games. This does. But I feel like there was some lying going on here. So, yeah. If you want to play SNES games and NES games, just get an SNES and an NES. Don't get the retro to a portable. Or you could get one of the other, like, more recent systems that do a whole bunch, like the Retron. That might work better. I don't know. I don't have it. Point being, just don't get this. It tries to do a lot and misses the mark by a little bit. And also there's the fact that I probably freaking nuked the thing because I keep trying to charge it, but I'm probably not using the right charger because the light keeps blinking. So I looked it up and I'm like, why does the light keep blinking? And then I was just like, oh, that means your battery's either friggin' fried or your whole console's fried. Because I literally saw a whole thing where a guy was complaining, he's just like, it keeps blinking, I don't know why it's blinking. And I mean, the whole answer was, you nuked it, get a new one. Like, this freaking doesn't work anymore, probably because I used like 20 different chargers with it. Maybe I should just use the charger that came with it, but I don't know where the charger that came with it is, and at this point, it's not even worth it anymore, because this thing freaking impossible. You can't even get the NES games out of the retro port. Gosh darn it!
Alex.
Oh, yeah, James, you got something?
Some idiot's been using Shadow Script, and I think that's why some of Curb's stuff ended up here.
Oh, that would make sense why none of my stuff could figure it out if it was from a reality-breaking code system. Okay, can you, figure out who, what, where, when, and why Shadow Script was being used?
It seemed to be a while ago, November or December 2017. I'll see about finding other information.
Alright, thanks, James. Stevie, did we get anything from this episode? No, I didn't find any. Alex, why is there a post-it note on your window? What? Something on the window? Alex?